Was the weekend good? You enjoy Twickenham?
Did you see your Bastereau?
I went looking for Bastereau, but he was hiding in the change rooms. He wouldn't come out. I was like, let's have it here and now, son. That was in the corporates, just abusing French people, making the English fans cheer and laugh. The French don't even like themselves, so easy pickings it was.
No. This. No.
Then you look at the game and we pulled their pants down and they got the white flag out pretty early, as most French people do.
Mate, there was more than the pants being pulled down.
Yes.
There was pants being pulled down with the biggest skid marks you've ever seen in your life, rolled inside out, straight in your mouth, straight in your mate's mouth, and then you put your pants on the dog, then you've taken the back off, then you fed them to the chickens, and then you've walked home.
With your pants back on or not?
With your pants on your head, inside out, so everyone can see the skid marks. I mean, it was an absolute... I'm watching it on the beanbag on the floor, and I am
How much of it was England being good and France being horrific?
There's two ways of looking at it, and it's obviously those two ways, to be honest. But the build-up to the game, when the teams get announced, you're looking at it and you're going, they've recalled Bastereau at outside centre. Dumaru at 12, I thought, was all right. He fronted up. One of the very few French players to front up physically. And then you look at the back three and you go, you've picked two centres in Gaël Fickou and Damien Penaud on the wings, and you've picked a winger, Johan Huget, at fullback. So you're doing your analysis and you're looking at what they've done against Wales the week before, and the coaches, people like Owen Farrell, are going to be meticulous in their preparation, aren't they? In terms of looking for weaknesses, looking for opportunities to attack. And they've come in with this plan of going, let's test out the back three, not in an aerial battle, because obviously that's going to happen anyway, so box kicks from kick-off receipt and all that stuff. And they did, and Huget dropped it like it was hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot.
I get that, I get it.
Yeah.
It's good.
If a pimp got an attitude.
Keep going.
Mate, you actually couldn't be the polar opposite of a rapper, could you?
Well, I don't know. There's a few of them. What's Fat Joe?
True.
Exactly.
True.
You know?
He don't
Who's
look...
Big Nasty?
Big nasty. Big. What's your name, sir? Well, my name is Big Nasty.
But in terms of their attacking kicking game, it was spot on. You know, Elliot Daly makes that first break, and it's from a turnover, from a kick receipt.
Double hit.
That they've knocked. Yeah. So kick receipt, back three are out of position because they're in attack mode. Double hit on
Gallardo,
yeah. Curry just smokes people, doesn't he?
Ridiculous.
Ball comes on, he makes a bit of a windy break. Bastereau, first play of the game, 60 seconds in. Elliot Daly's got the ball 20 yards away. Bastereau's tackled Henry Slade, who's like, what are you doing? You're an absolute joke, Bastereau.
That's squirrel on squirrel, though, isn't it? That's what happens. That's what they're thinking, mate.
Pip on pip. And Elliot Daly makes a break and sees Morgan Parra at the back on his own. He's just like, I'm just going to welly this past you. And Johnny May, the chicken,
it's fresh as a daisy.
But the thing is, you look at it, and it's 60 seconds into the game. Watch Damien Penaud. Now, I know you're going to get a foot race with Johnny May. Damien Penaud's pretty quick, but a foot race with Johnny May, he's going to lose. Watch his effort. He's like, okay, his try, his kick-off, his
a noble the balls be behind.
His fuck it, you know, that's his no problem.
But that's what, mate, that's the big difference, right, when you look at it. And again, having watched Toulon as well a lot this season, is the work off the ball.
Yeah.
And we've spoken about it before. The game has changed in the last 2 or 3 years where strategy and tactics are everything. You watch the way that England played. I mean, obviously the plan was to kick and turn them because they're not fit. So if you're France and you know that England have got that in them, and having watched them play against Ireland and kick the balls in the air, and they turn into a 50-50 and they drop on the floor, and there's going to be a load of turnovers off the back of that. Surely you're thinking, right, so Penaud on that one, he's thinking, I've got to be alive to everything. Work rate. You know, we get a cover tackle, we're a metre out, we might get a chance of stopping the try. But they've got, obviously, they don't even obviously speak about them things.
Well, no.
It is absolutely crazy.
Well, this is the thing. So there's this whole debate now in France. Morgan Parra's come out and saying, we could play like the English, we have it in us, but we don't know what to do. We not train this, we don't know, and we are not told. And then someone else has come out and gone, one of the French players has said, we were looking at the bench, we didn't know where to stand and who should be where. They're like, we looked to the bench to find the solution. And you're like, What? You are highly paid international rugby players, and you're like, I don't know, where do I stand?
But if
Which is the line out? Where do I stand?
But if you've not coached it, at that high level, obviously they know where to stand.
That's the thing that gets me. You've got to know where to stand. You're playing for Claremont. You're playing for Toulon. You'd never thought for yourself. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but it's not that. It's the work off the ball, though, isn't it? If you're not used to doing that in training, if you're not used to sprinting back 100 times in training, when the pressure's on, or when
neither of us were. No, you're right.
Well, true, true. That's why we probably
But
wouldn't have coped.
at least we know that that's what we should do.
We'd be thinking about it in our head. I'd throw an uppercut and get sent off so I wouldn't have to do it. But that's for me, I do feel for the players a little bit because I genuinely think I think coaching is such a big part of it.
It is, but as a player, right? So have you ever gone into a game as a player?
Yes, and not knowing what I'm doing.
Right.
Yes.
No.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Andy Robinson. No idea. Jim, pay me £1 million. Jim, pay me £1 million and tell me how we're playing. I couldn't have told you. I'll be like, I have no idea.
But okay, so break it down into your facet.
Break it down. Chicka woo woo woo.
The game, your facet of the game, right? Have you ever gone to a game as a line out forward, not just going, oh mate, just throw it in the line out, we'll jump, we'll win it?
Montpellier.
There you go. You've always had line out calls that there might be wrong calls.
Strategy.
Yeah. So as a professional rugby player, if you're Morgan Parra scrum half, if you're Cammy Lopez at 10 and you're training and you're thinking, right, how are we preparing? Are they just playing touch rugby in training?